College, so we go back to the gym. Monday back to school also. So some of my teachers were actually here, so I don't know myself if I can get some extra credit or something. I'm going back to the gym, just train hard and get ready for April 23rd. And I expect to make better in my next fight than I did this fight. And so every fight I'm going to be training hard so I can progress every fight and look better. Just want to thank everybody again.
Any questions for Javier?
Hey, Javier.
Let all the boys speak first, and then we'll go. What, you ready? You think you're next? No. Okay. Shawn Estrada, our Troy alumni. 3-0 for KO.
Thank you, Goose and Tudor, for giving this opportunity today to perform. I'm getting ready for in 2 weeks. I gotta get up tomorrow morning, go do my run, train. I fight in 2 weeks, Mandalay Bay, April 11th. So we're watching Chamuco, Shawn Estrada. And I say thank you to East LA, and thank you to Bravo Boxing and everybody. Thank you.
Shawn just mentioned Bravo Boxing. A young man right over here, Anufo Bravo, head of Bravo Boxing. I don't know how you guys figured that one out, but Bravo had a few fights back in our old 10 Goose days over at the country club, so I'm very careful when he tells me he wants more money for his fighters. You know he does that, okay? Now, the bashful one. Okay, I mean, up in the ring, he's cracking jokes to me. Okay, I mean, I call him Big Jonathan, and he has to come back with something with me. You guys are going to love him when you really get to know a lot more about him. Tremendously aggressive and exciting offensive fighter, Javier Molina, Jr.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. First and foremost, outside of boxing, I want to say this fight was dedicated to my cousin Charlie, since it's unfortunately, he's no longer with us. Second of all, I hope I put on an entertaining fight for you folks. I hope you guys got to get to see a little bit of what Javier Molina Jr. is all about. And as we progress with Dan as my promoter, Joe as my trainer, my father, and Ben Lira as my managers, I think we have the right vehicle and the right tools to go all the way to the top of the world title. And I plan on I hope all you guys will go out there and cheer me on. So either you're there to watch me win or there to watch me lose. As long as you're there, it don't matter. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.
Eddie Chambers here. Eddie? He's what? He's still in his locker. Someone better get him out of there. Okay. Marilyn? Okay, so you guys are really in trouble because I may break out in some song now. Okay?
That's why.
Well, first off, I was talking to the CEO and the general manager of Nokia Theater and AEG, and one of the great things that they said about it, it not only looked great on TV, but what I commented on, the fans has really seemed to enjoy the whole night activity. From Javier's first fight to Shawn's and to Javier Molina, you could hear the fans just cheering for him. It was a real great local following. But one of the most important things is when you saw a fighter from Philadelphia against one from Nigeria, and the fans were chanting Eddie's name from Philadelphia. It really showed how much they were into this fight. So I really did think that the first show here at Nokia was a great success. The fans loved it. They were all good competitive fights. Any questions for the fighters? Yes.
Hey, a question for Javier. Usually you go back to school Monday. Everybody wants to know how your weekend was, what you did. You probably have the most interesting story out of any of your classmates. How do you feel now going back after your pro debut and having to go back to school Monday?
Well, I feel great. A lot of my classmates were already texting me. They said that they see me on TV, so it's going to be great going back to school. I know there was actually a few of them that came down from Jonathan High School. A few of my teachers, like they said, there's a lot of people that see me fight and on TV also. So it's going to be fun.
Next question.
Question for Javier. Javier, first of all, congratulations on your debut. You looked really good. You looked patient. You didn't seem too anxious. You were picking your shots. You showed some tactical ability. But my question is, been 6 months since the Olympics. It took so long.
Well, I was just making those adjustments, those different adjustments I had from the amateurs, because it's a different boxing game. I have to adjust to just settling down more on the punches. So there was a few things I had to work on before I made my debut. So I was implementing them in my pro game, and it worked out. So like I said earlier, I expect to look better in my next fight. So
You look great. Congratulations. You look great.
Thanks.
Next question. Next question.
I asked both of you backstage. Shawn, you defeated Daniel Jacobs in the amateurs. Javier, you beat Danny Garcia, and both of them are off to some tremendous starts for their pro careers. How much more confident are you now in your own abilities, knowing that you defeated them back in the amateurs?
I mean, they're watching us a lot. We know. We fought Danny Jacobs in the trials, and I beat him 8 rounds straight. But he knows my abilities, and I know what he can do. So later on in the journey, we're gonna meet someday. So we'll see. You guys have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think Danny Garcia, he's doing well in the pros, but even though I don't want to look at him, I've always been confident in myself. Even in the amateurs, before I fought him, I was confident in myself and I was going to beat him. Went to the pro game, just been training hard, so every time I get a ring, I'm always mentally strong, I'm always confident the ring will be, and I'm going to be victorious that night. So I'm really focused so much on how he's doing to where I'm going to be, so I expect to make a big
I'll tell you one thing, it's an exciting time for Los Angeles boxing. We've got 3 young fighters right now that I think we can all be proud of and get behind here towards their road to the World Championship. Just listening to Javier and Shawn right now, because you mentioned Jacobs, Fernando Guerrero, 2 guys that Shawn had to beat. Both of these guys neither of them were favored to represent the United States in China. And Javier going out there beating Garcia. And as you know, all 3 of those fighters that they defeated got an early start in their pro career, but certainly getting a lot of accolades. And one of the advantages of being is to represent your country and to know that you're the best amateur boxer that this country produces. And one of the disadvantages of it, you have a slower start from the pro ranks with the guys that you beat. So there will be plenty of time for them to catch up. And the ones that will have the target on their back isn't Fernando Guerrero, and it's not going to be Daniel Jacobs, it's not going to be Danny Garcia, it's going to be these 2 young men, because they were our Olympians. They got to catch up to us. They got to catch up to those 2 young men. So it's a great time for boxing in Los Angeles, and with Javier Molina right here, 16-0 now, 12 KOs. About a tough kid, as you saw, and it's an exciting time. We're going to do a lot more fights out here in Los Angeles with these kids headlining. Yes?
Okay, John, I got to tell you something, my friend. I brought this up in the one-on-one. I want everyone else to hear this. I picked you to win, which made me very unpopular with my family because I was born in New York, New Jersey.
Like I said before, no one's perfect. It's all right. Bottom line, it's my job, and I go out there and do what I got to do. The guy was entertaining. He came forward and made it entertaining for everybody else. I take nothing away from him. He was a journeyman, yes, but at the same time, he took a hell of a punch. That's all you guys see. So, I can give the credit to him. He was a good guy inside and outside of the ring.